Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel Coding Heaven. So in this video we will start a brand new series on PHP functions. I will be using a fine documentation on PHP functions. So let's start our today's tutorial. So a function can have 0 or more parameters. So in PHP, a template of function is something like that. We have our keyword, which is function, followed by the function name. It's an variable. We can name functions whatever we want. Then we have our parameter list. So this is a basic one parameter function template in PHP. When a function has multiple parameters, you need to separate them using a comma. The following example define the concat function that concatenates two strings in PHP. So we have our keyword function followed by the function name, which is concat, and then we have our two parameters. First is str1 and second we have str2. Inside of this concat function we have our function body, which is return str1.str2. So basically this function will accept two strings as a parameter and will return a concatenated result of those two strings as a single string. So next, the concat function has two parameters str1 and str2. When we call the concat function, you need to pass two arguments. They correspond to parameter. For example, let's say when we call this concat function, we will give it two parameters. First one is welcome and second is admin, and it is separated by comma as we are using two parameters. Then we will simply echo our result. So let's run this program in a compiler. I am using one compiler which is an online compiler. So I will simply just paste my code here. Now when I will run this code, you can see it has concatenated these two strings, welcome and admin, as a one string. So in this example, str1 will take first argument, which is welcome, and str2 2 will take second argument, which is admin. PHP will raise an error if the number of argument you pass to the function is less than the number of parameter. For example, if we will just simply pass the welcome, we will face an error. Let's say here I will just simply send the welcome. So you can see we have a PHP fatal error. So what this error is saying is simply uncode argument count error, because we are accepting two arguments, this str1 and str2, but we are sending just sending just one, which is only welcome. So that's why we are facing this error. So when you when you pass multiple arguments to a function, you can break this list, the argument vertically, to make the code more readable like this. So we can use the enters to make the code more readable. It's a good practice to list argument vertically when the argument list is too long. Trailing comma. From PHP 7.0, the argument list may containing a trailing comma, which the PHP interpreter will ignore. For example, here we have used this second comma after our second argument, which is useless. There is no need to put that comma. Now in PHP 8.0, you can place the trailing comma in the parameters like this. Now passing the arguments by value. We can also pass the argument by values, not just simple the reference. So here we have our variable counter, which is equal to 1. After that we have our function names increase, and then we are passing it the parameter value. So when we will pass this value to our this function, it will simply increase the function by 1. So you can see our output is 1 and 2. 1 is the initial value which we define when we were defining this counter variable, and second one is 2, which comes after the execution of this increase function. So it simply increase this value, its value by 1. So that's why we are getting output 1 and 2. So that's all from today's tutorial. Thanks for watching.